Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is day number 325 of the 365-day trivia road trip. Today our questions come from John White from Illinois. This is his second quiz for the Quizlet challenge. He also sent in quizzes last year for the Final 50 challenge. Thank you, John, for participating. Thank you, everybody else, for watching. Let's get ready to start with question number 1. In the movie Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter's godfather, Sirius Black, escaped from the Azkaban prison. The Dementors that guard the prison have captured Sirius and are trying to kill him. Harry rescues him using a Patronus charm. In what form does Harry's Patronus take? Harry Potter's Patronus is a stag deer. Question number 2. In World War II, Allied officers who had repeatedly attempted to escape from other POW camps were sent to a camp deep in Germany, in a castle on a rocky hill that was practically escape-proof. But in 1942, Captain Patrick Reed successfully escaped from and wrote a book about his escape from what POW camp? What was the name of this camp? The answer is Colditz Castle. Question number 3. On April 14th, 1865, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Lincoln was accompanied by his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, and was shot in the back of the head as they watched what play? They were watching the play called Our American Cousin. Question number 4. Now starring in the Peacock Channel's Poker Face as FBI agent Luca, who is this actor that also starred as Howard Wolowitz in The Big Bang Theory and as Cosmo McCoon in the 2016 movie Florence Foster Jenkins? Howard Wolowitz was played by Simon Helberg. Question number 5. In violation of the August 23, 1939 Munich Agreement, which was a non-aggression pact agreed to by Nazi Germany, Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa in June of 1941 and invaded what neighboring European country? Operation Barbarossa was when he invaded Russia. Question number 6. In this nostalgic era of America's past, Dwight D. Eisenhower was the president, the Korean War was going on, and the Russians had launched Sputnik 1. What is this decade where little boys wore coonskin caps over their crew-cut hair and often had a Red Ryder BB gun? The decade we're looking for is the 1950s. Question number 7. Used to measure blood pressure, it comes with an inflatable cuff that is wrapped around the arm and is connected by a rubber hose to a dial gauge or a digital display. What is this device whose name comes from the Greek word for pulse and the French word for pressure meter? This device is known as a sphygmomanometer. Question number 8. This popular red fruit originated in the coastal highlands of western South America. They were first domesticated by the Aztec and Mayan peoples. Hernán Cortés, after his conquest of Mexico, introduced what fruit to Spain on his return in 1521? This popular fruit we're looking for is the tomato. Question number 9. This great American statesman, founding father, postmaster general, and Freemason was also a drafter and signer of the Declaration of Independence. Who is this man that is also famous for inventing a cast iron stove that bears his name, lightning rods, and bifocal glasses? The answer is Benjamin Franklin. Question number 10. Like Batman to Bruce Wayne and The Shadow to Lamont Cranston, what is the real name of the scientist, or student depending on the version, who was bitten by a radioactive spider and became the superhero Spider-Man? The answer is Peter Parker. Question number 11. On March 21st, 1971, at the World Ski Flying Championships in Oberstdorf, Germany, Vinko Bogataj of Yugoslavia, while trying to make a ski jump, went off the side of the ski ramp. For more than 30 years on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Jim McKay remarks, "The thrill of victory," and Vinko as what? He would say, "The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat." Question number 12. There are 52 cards in a standard deck of playing cards. 12 of them are face cards, kings, queens, and jacks. On most of those cards, you can see both eyes of the characters. How many of those face cards can you only see one eye? You gotta be a hardcore gambler to know that there are only 3 cards: the Jack of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, and the King of Diamonds. 3 is the answer. Question number 13. In football, and occasionally other sports, after winning a meaningful game, the winning team's players have been known to dump an ice-cold cooler full of what drink over the head of their coach in celebration? I think very rarely it's water. Usually it's Gatorade, and it's usually a Gatorade branded cooler. Gatorade is the answer. Question number 14. In the movie Back to the Future, Marty recognizes that the Baines family is watching the Man from Space episode of what popular 1950s TV show in their dining room for the first time in 1955? It was the Man from Space episode from The Honeymooners. Question number 15. Australia has 6 states. 5 are on the mainland and 1 on an island. On the mainland there is Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales, South Australia, and Western Australia. What is the state called that is on an island? The answer is Tasmania. Question number 16. In horse racing, winning the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness Stakes, and the Belmont Stakes is called the Triple Crown. In hockey, scoring 3 times in a single game is called a hat trick. What is it called in golfing if a player scores a hole in 3 strokes under par? That hole is called a double eagle, and in some instances, it's also called an albatross. Question number 17. New sailors on board a U.S. Navy ship are nicknamed pollywogs until a certain event occurs. Then they can be called shellbacks, trusty shellbacks, honorable shellbacks, or sons of Neptune. What has to happen for them to earn their new nickname? They don't get a cool nickname until they cross the equator. Question number 18. The duck-billed platypus, the short-nosed echidna, the western long-beaked echidna, and the eastern long-nosed echidna, and the Attenborough's long-nosed echidna are all egg-laying mammals. What is the scientific group that they belong to? We're looking for the name of the group that includes egg-laying mammals. That rare group is known as monotremes. Question number 19. According to a local folklore, this European capital city built on 7 hills was founded by orphaned twin brothers. They were Romulus and Remus, who as infants were suckled by a she-wolf. In a dispute, one brother killed the other and named what city after himself? Remus was killed by Romulus, so they named it Rome. Rome, Italy. And question 20. This now famous toy manufacturer was founded in January of 1945 by Harold Matson, Ruth Handler, and Elliot Handler, and is the world's second largest toy maker after Lego. 2 of its historic and most famous brands are Barbie and Hot Wheels. What is the name of this company? This question's probably a lot easier to answer this year after Barbie has recently come out and made so much money at the box office. The answer is Mattel. That was a big part of the movie. The offices at Mattel, I think Ruth Handler, they had a Ruth Handler character in there. So you probably would have gotten it anyway, but if you're one of the millions and millions of people who watched the movie Barbie, it would have been a little bit easier for you. Anyways, that is the end of today's quiz. Thank you again for watching, and thank you to John White for sending in so many good quizzes. He's been sending them in for over a year now since he sent one in back for the Final 50 challenge and a couple in for the Quizlet challenge. I appreciate all your hard work, and so does everybody who plays your quizzes. Thank you, and thank you everybody who's watching. Let's get going with question 21, the tiebreaker. Add the number of marbles in a full Chinese checkers game to the number of stars in the United States flag and the number of years in a decade, and you get what number? It wasn't until I was asked this question that I realized I have no idea how many marbles are in a Chinese checkers game. There are 6 different colors. Add 10 marbles each, that's 60 plus 50 stars plus 10 years. The answer is 120. Whichever player got closest to 120 is going to win the point. Congratulations. If it was a tie, they just won the whole game. Double congratulations. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow for day number 325. Wait a minute, that was today. Day number 326. How about that? 326 tomorrow. See ya then.